and you already had a play called, and he signals to you, and he's got the right play, and he goes 54 for the win. And that happened a couple times this year. That's when you know you've reached out. That's when you know you taught a kid how to play this game of football, and you taught him how to play quarterback. The first thing, and I usually do this with checkers, with quarterbacks, is as I line up everything. You know, I use wide out for the checkers. You know, I label all the offensive guys, all the defensive guys, because it's easier to move those things around than having to draw 100 times the same thing. You see what I'm saying? But like I was talking about in there when I first started talking, 5-man box. Five-man box. 6-man. Six-man. I mean, quarterbacks should know right now there's only going to be one high over here. Unless they start playing with 12. All right? They're going to have 2 high over here. They have to. Now, the quarterback comes up to the ball and he don't see anything, then there's some magic fixing to happen. And he better get rid of that football or he's going to be waking up in the hospital. Those are the things you start to really show a quarterback. This is how you look at a defense. It's like reading the book. But don't overcomplicate it. You know, all the if-then statements, don't if he does this, then that. But if that guy does this, then this. No. It's one guy. You're thinking about one thing. So for quarterbacks, they come up to the ball, they're looking at high safeties. How many? If they see one high, it's going to be a 6-man box. It has to be. It's just they can't come up with anything different. Now they can shade you over. I mean, we had guys this year, you know, they were doing this. You know, they were leaving something over here. Well, we're going to take that. We'll take it. What are you going to give us? You know, that's what's great about NoHo, is you have this last. You get to draw last when you NoHo, if you do it right. I've had coaches tell me, oh, I don't like check with me's. You know, that takes the coaching out of your hands. Forget you. It ain't about you. It's about the kids. So don't have that big an ego. You know, you have options. Don't run. Don't get up here. And I love what Coach Bowman was saying earlier about ISO. I mean, I told you how I started my career. I cut my teeth. I love ISO. And he's so right. You've got to cut off that backside. You got to cut it off. If you cut that off, you got a football play. Right? You got to play. But don't sit there and run ISO if you're small up front and they got 20,000 guys in the box to say that I'm the guy calling the play. Don't think about it like that. Let's call the play that's going to get the kids in a situation to be successful. All right. Just real quick, just so I can say I did this because Coach Zucker probably asked me. Throwing mechanics, things of that nature. We are going to be throwing on the run a lot at St. Vice, either by half roll or sprint out. We're going to throw the ball on the run a lot. So we do a lot of things where we're working kids being able to throw on the run. Because you got a lot of kids, they got great arms, but when you throw on the run to truly sprint out, you're throwing on the run. Too many kids want to stop, set their feet, give it a couple of pats, and then throw it. It's over. It's over. So we do something that we call the circle drill. You put 2 quarterbacks 10 yards apart and they just run in a circle. And they're throwing each other on the run. On the run. They don't stop. They throw on the run. Now that's easy when they're going to their right, if they're right-handed. Though where you got to coach them is when they go left, because you got guys that want to do this. They got to get those shoulders around and they got to throw over their right foot. If they're right-handed, they need to be throwing over the right foot that's stuck in the ground. Okay? The other thing we do is we line up the quarterbacks 10 yards apart, and they run back and forth at each other. Throwing, backing up, catching. I mean, it seems like a 5-year-old drill. But again, quarterbacks going on the run. They don't like to do it. Until they figure it out. When they figure it out it's pretty good for them, then that's all they want to do. Then you're in trouble the other way. Because instead of dropping back, they're just taking off so they can throw on the run. The other thing thing to talk about is just some stretch throwing before we even get into that. We do that stretch throw. But I put them 10 yards apart. They get their toes on the line. They put the ball in what I call the soft spot. They reach back, straight back, and they come over the top. I'm not even worried about where the ball goes. I just want to reach straight back and throw. The other thing we do is twist throw. If I'm throwing this way, I want them to twist and throw. Twist and throw. So they're going through the whole motion. Okay, and again, they're going to hit their target, but the whole thing for them is that they're loosening everything up. Okay? Now, after we do the stretch throw and the twist throw, we'll do what's called quick release. And basically what that is they're 10 yards apart. They'll start with the ball right here. They'll bring it up to the soft spot and throw. The emphasis there is their front half. What do most kids do when they throw the football? Where's this arm go?
Down.
Straight down. They do it. I just coached that Under Armour game over there in Orlando. I was over there for a week and I was watching those quarterbacks and they did it. You know, and they're supposed to be the best in the nation. But the big thing with that quick release is you bring it up right here, and then what you want to happen is when they do this, if they drop the football, it looks the same. You see what I'm saying? And then as they go to pull, they're ripping down. Okay? So as I come up right here, I bring the ball up in the soft spot. Don't do that. The point should be as close to vertical as possible. And then when you get ready to throw, you load up that back foot, and then here it comes, and then you rip down as you follow through. Okay? That's what we focus on quick release. Then we'll do the circle and that back and forth drill. The next thing I try to do with them almost every day if I can, if this is the hash mark, here's the sideline, I'll put them on this hash at 3/4 speed, they're dropping all the way to the sideline. Okay? And then they turn around, half speed coming back. Then we'll do it 3/4, then we'll do it full. Again, it seems like a goofy drill, but again, what are kids? They're not comfortable. How do they throw the ball in the neighborhood with their dad? How do they throw the ball with their friends? They're just jacking around. They've never really, took a drop step. They've never really done it. So you're just trying to get their body used to doing it. Now, talking about drops. We have a quick three. We have a quick three hitch. And we have a quick five. That's our only 3 drop backs. Everything else is sprint out or half roll. The big thing about any 3-step drop or 5-step drop is the first step is the biggest step. You got to get away from the center. Hey, I say that to them even in the gun, even if we're in pistol or gun. First step's big. You got to get away. Because sometimes, man, them quarterbacks, and Cole did it to me this year, he'll take the snap from the gun, and then he's ready to throw now. Well, they haven't even ran their route yet. So we always want to focus on, when we do quick three, it's 1 big, 2 settle, all right, and then throw. I mean, right when that back foot hits, ball's gone. Now, when we say quick three hitch, and you want to put the drops with the routes. Don't do a quick 5 and they're running slants. Quarterback's not ready to throw. Okay? You want to do a quick 3 when they're running that slant. Or sometimes, like we do, we just take the ball and we turn and throw it. You do a quick 3 hitch, it's 1 big, it's 2 settle, hitch. Those are going to be your digs, your deep outs, that kind of thing. Okay? Quick 5, 3 big, 2 settle. Okay? If y'all have anybody that y'all can run a quick 5 with, take my card and call me. If he's doing 5-step drops in the 8th grade and he can throw that ball down the field, I want him. Tell him I'll put him anywhere in America he wants to go later on. All right. But our biggest part, and it's probably going to be bigger this year because we got 2 young quarterbacks that are going to battle out for the spot. And they both can run a little bit better than Cole could. Cole's arm is magical. I mean, guys, listen. I felt like a really good football coach this time last year. I don't know if I'm a very good football coach right now. We're going to find out, I guess. But our half roll and our sprint out are 2 big series for us, and they're going to be bigger this year because we're going to use the legs of the 2 guys that we got. All right? Now, on our sprint out stuff, let's draw the play real